It's a new year, a very happy new year to all of you. Welcome to the very first episode of 2022. This is Scorecard live on Citi TV. The Africa Cup of Nations is underway in Cameroon, and that's why I'm repping my Black Stars jersey. And I've got them in different colors. I've got original yellow. I've got the new yellow. I've got this one. And it tells you only one thing. No negativity will be entertained. We are all behind the Black Stars of Ghana. They start their campaign on Monday against Morocco. But even before that, host nation Cameroon got their campaign off to a winning start in such frenetic and very entertaining opening game in the Olympic Stadium. We'll play back action for you. The other game between Cape Verde and Ethiopia just coming to an end. The last time I checked, Cape Verde led by 1-0. In the Ghana Premier League, Kotoko's Cameroonian striker Frank Etuga scored a hat-trick as Kotoko completely dismissed their regional rivals Ashanti Gold. Hearts of Oak also got a win in the Ghana Premier League, of course. We'll take you to the FA Cup where Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur all through to the fourth round, but Arsenal have been kicked out of the competition. The draw is also been contacted. We'll play back and tell you who is playing who. In the Serie A, there was a classic Titanic game between AS Roma and Juventus. Inter Milan currently in action, but AC Milan, they are back top of the league in Serie A. Real Madrid comfortably top of La Liga, and Bayern Munich's lead at the top of Bundesliga has been cut down by Borussia Dortmund. All of that to come, plus your comments. As you are aware, the show is live and interactive on social media, so do get in touch with us. Whatever it is you want to talk about, from the Africa Cup of Nations to the FA Cup to the Ghana Premier League to Bundesliga, Italian Serie A. Let me hear from you. Use the hashtag SCORECARD. We'll leave your comments on Twitter. You can also send them to me on WhatsApp, 055-0585-832. My name is Fentio, Tahir Fentio, and you're watching SCORECARD. We'll be back shortly. Welcome. This is SCORECARD on Citi TV. So like I said, let me hear from you, of course, on all of the sporting events over the last weekend, if you like. The Africa Cup of Nations is underway. I'm sure you've seen pictures of Ghana's team photo shoot. Much better than what we saw from 2019. Oh, God. My guests, of course, are here. And I'm always very excited. New year, same old vibe, same old energy, same old guests. Daniel Cranton and Christopher Nimley are my guests tonight. Chris, how are you?
I can see you are very happy. I can see you are very, very happy. God bless you for seeing the light. And I'm so much...
Are you praying for
me?
Me?
Very happy that after all the advice I've given you, you finally saw the light. It's very, very important. Young lady, I know you are watching the show wherever you find yourself. Thank you for getting this man to believe. He had problem believing, you understand? Wow. You know I'm happy for you now.
That's a nice shirt you have on.
You know I'm happy for you.
That's a nice shirt you have on.
One thing at a time. One at a time. You know I'm happy for you, isn't it? You know I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I'm happy for myself.
Yeah.
The AFCON is coming.
I just can't wait to meet her in person.
Who?
Oh, you want me to continue talking?
No, it's okay.
Okay. You want to say who? So I'm supposed to know who she is then. You want me to go there? Now you are begging. No. But I'm also happy for you, man. Your birthday, the leave. I mean, I was all in the mood. Just as you were in the mood and all that. That was good, man. Then I want to dedicate the program to my brother Kamel. Yesterday, Kamel officially got married.
Kamel Nabong.
Young man, welcome to the family. Very soon, these two will join the family. They need to see the light, as you have seen. Young lady, Tina. God bless you. God bless you for saying yes to my brother.
Yes, that's right.
It can only get better and better.
Yeah, he's talking about my cousin Camille that got married on Saturday. So Big congratulations to him and his beautiful bride, Tina, of course.
Because the wedding was held outside Accra, I couldn't get them their consignment. So, Kamel, the consignment will come. I have already joined things together.
But Nimli, is this enough to make you an FC Basel fan?
Not really. Everybody knows I'm a Man United supporter.
What about what happened to Bayern Munich?
No, but I support Bayern. You know why I support Bayern when they are playing against the Blues? When Alfonso Davies is facing Cesar. That's why I support Bayern. So there is time for everything. There is time for if you read Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There is time for everything under the
Oh God! It's a new year. You have to change your ways. What's your New Year resolution, by the way?
I don't do
New Year resolutions.
I leave everything to God. He determines what I do every day.
Yeah, can come.
Yeah, I don't go ahead of God. No, I never do that.
That's interesting. Danny, do you have any New Year resolutions apart from Ghana winning the AFCON?
Ghana will win the AFCON.
Emily, don't laugh. Daniel Hassis, he said Ghana will win the AFCON.
No, but he also laughed. Didn't you see him laugh? There was no conviction in that.
God. We'll get to that. The African Cup of Nations, but welcome to the show. As usual, very lovely to be here with you guys. Thank you for tuning in wherever you did. I know you missed us. We missed you as much. Let's begin, as we like to do always, with the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak, they went to Bibiani, where they took on Bibiani Gold Stars. The Ghana Premier League is still ongoing, despite the AFCON ongoing. In fact, while the opening match was going on, the Kotoko game was going on. I'm not sure if it's the wisest decision from the GFA, but it's still going on, and it's our job to show you what's been happening in the Ghana Premier League. First up, Hearts of Oak's 1-0 win over Bibiani Gold Stars all the way in Bibiani.
He's up against Sawanu, very skillful, skips past Sawanu. It is Junior again. Decent attempt. Look at the body check, shimmy. And once the captain commits himself again, he just works an ankle for himself. He's trying to catch Ayi. And here comes Sawanu. His effort. You're a villain there. Keep an eye on this one. Maybe the flag should have gone up. Benjamin York was very much active to it. And he's got 4 bodies in the box to pick out. Good play from Barnier. Goes past Amufa. A free at Barnier. Sawanu! The Phobia set up by 1 goal to 0. And a bounce back. James Sawanu, the man who's played in centre half so far in this season, pops up in right back today and hits it as cleanly as you like. We've had enough. Gold Stars 0, Hearts of Oak 1. We are back for second half, and here we go. This Amwa Owusu. And it sets up nicely for him. He's arriving on Tirida with a ferocious effort. Gold Stars, and Moafo delivers. Owusu got a header, but Che is blasting wide again. To be fair to him, I don't think this is an easy chance. Yeah, the ball is coming. He has to keep an eye on it. While he's keeping an eye on it, he has to look at the...
All right, so Hearts of Oak finally getting a win. I'll show you another game. This one between Midiama Sporting Club and Brecum Chelsea. That match ended in a 1-1 draw.
Threads a long one in. Goalkeeper fumbled with it. And the result is a goal. Brecum Chelsea have shot themselves into the lead. Mohamed Al-Hassan Mankuyeli.
I mean, that free kick from Kwachio say straight into the arms here. Should be grabbing that with ease.
Yeah. Through and a lovely ball now into the 18-yard box. There's a clash there. Incident happened out of the 18-yard box.
Should be a center for Ouattara. Should be a lucky man. Here was the last man. From replace, Ouattara was the last man.
It's the end of the very first half. Come back to the Akun Park. Second way. Henry Ainsu in the right place at the right time. Abedu now. It's thick, it's deep. The header is on, and that is the equalizing goal. Well, he had to come in at some point, and Kwesi Donsu registers his name on the score sheet.
From the pass of Baba Dulai, look at that incisive cross. Delicious cross. Nobody picking up Donsu down the right side.
Oh, there was a foot in there by Chelsea. And another opportunity coming, but this time around missed by Ajay Boache. So the corner kick was whipped in nicely by Tetezuta. There was a footing there on its way out. And that was the bicycle kick from Ajay. Referee signals the...
All right, so Media and Brickham Chelsea sharing the sports. One more match to show you from the Ghana Premier League, this time between Kumasi and Kotoko and AshGold. It's a regional derby. Frank Etuga, one of their Cameroonian signings, he scored a hat-trick to give them a 3-1 win over AshGold.
A Japan's cross missed by Ampim da Costa. Here is Fuege. Great defending from Osajiman in the end. It's a penalty. Penalty for Kotoko. And Etuga makes it 1-0 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The Cameroonian in some rich vein of form. What about that for composure and coolness? Ice cold from Etuga. Bafu Taylor. Immoral! Great save from Fortree. It's Immoral looking for Mfuege. Ampim da Costa. He's giving away the ball in his Kotoko second. A double for Etuga. Mistake from Ampim da Costa. And the pressure pays off from Mfuege. Doesn't give up the chase and eventually wins the setting up. Etuga. Immoral Ibrahim delivers. It's Etuga's hat-trick. Etuga has his hat-trick. An amazing hat-trick for Frank Etuga. He's a striker who is always on the move. And then he just pulls away from his man and it becomes free. And then all he does is he just dive and guide the ball into the back of the net. Can't send in a cross, but he finds Adai. Good play from Adai. Great goal. This is magical. And AshGold are backing it. Really well struck, well hit. Right into the roof of the net. No chance for Danlad on this one. And he's blown it. It's over.
All right, so very comfortable win for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Other key results, of course, King Faisal, they were beating. They lost 2-0 to 11 Wonders there. So that's the lowdown on the Ghana Premier League. Guys, quick thoughts on the Ghana Premier League. House of Folk, we finally back to winning ways.
Yeah, man, that was a very, very important win. They needed to win that.
Yeah.
And the manner, if the people at BBN, they like their football.
Of course.
Goodness me, the manner in which they support their team is very
impressive.
Impressive, to be honest with you. And the football too from the team looks very, very good. I believe at that venue, they can take on any team in the Premiership. I watched when Kotoko went there. In fact, they should have beaten Kotoko. Although Kotoko won that game 1-0, but the begging chances that they missed, they should have at least gotten something from that game. Very similar to the one we saw against House of Folk. They should have at least gotten something from it. But credit must be given to Barnier. The composure with which he went past the two defenders and the intelligence of faking as if he was going to cross the ball and then laying the ball back for the right. He's a centre back, but who's been played at right back at the moment. Look, the confidence. No,
are you talking about the House of Folk?
Goal scorer.
Oh,
the technique with which he struck the ball. No goalkeeper is stopping that, and I think this is what you want to see. This is what the Phobian is all about. It's rather unfortunate, like the actions or inactions of people like Odote and then Alaji Akambi is completely brought the house into chaos. But on the footballing side, I think whatever the problem is, the players should just concentrate on their game. The head coach should be allowed to do his job so that they will do their job. Everybody, I mean, the organogram regarding the job description should be clear for everybody. Nobody should be seen to be trespassing into an area that he or she doesn't belong to. Get the football to be played by the coaches and the players, and that's it. On the part of Kwanzaa Asante Kotoko, Charlie, it keeps getting better, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's getting better. And for me, AshGold, they have to be very careful. If they don't put their house in order, you see, some time ago they were relegated in our league, and because of them, some form of adjustment was done to the numbers, just to keep them in the. This time, no adjustment will be made. The earlier they put their house in order, the better it will be for them, because we are told from very reliable sources that even within the support base, there are division there.
Right.
Within the playing body, there are division there. One moment is this coach, the next moment he's gone, another coach is in charge. How do you run a football club like that? This is not what, is it champion? The one who bought the team? He's still in charge?
Yeah, he's still the owner. And his son runs the team.
Come on, man. Look, these are very experienced people who...
Businessmen, successful businessmen.
Yes, man. We expect them to treat their football team just like they would treat any other business.
Yeah.
But that is not what we are seeing with AshGold. And for me, it's a bit very sad, because this is one of the very, very important team in this country. If you look at the sort of sponsorship packages that come to them and what they are expected to do, the quality of football that we've come to be used to when it comes to AshGold, that's not what we are seeing this season. And I looked at the league table. I don't know whether we have it. I was going to put it there. I looked at the league table. It's like they are just a point ahead of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? It's because there's no unity. There's no unity in management. There's no unity in playing body. There's no unity among the coaching staff. And above all, there's no unity within the support base.
Yeah.
I don't know how worse it can get. But the earlier they put their house in order, the better it will be for them. And like I said, this league is going to be very, very competitive. It is looking like Kotoko seems to be running away with. I don't know what the point gap is. Is it 3 or 4 now?
No, it's 3 points now.
They have a game in hand with Hearts of Oak. Oh my goodness, that is a must-win game for the Phobians. Because should Hearts fail to win that, I think if Kotoko take a 6-point lead, look, I know them. We all know them. When they are in the lead at this stage of the league, it becomes extremely difficult
for anyone to overtake them. You mentioned Ashanti Gold. At the moment, actually, Ashanti Gold have 12 points in 15th position, which is just outside the relegation zone.
And that is not...
And the relegation places are occupied by 11 Wonders, Wafa, and Elmina Sharks. And guess what? 11 Wonders and Wafa also have 12 points.
There you go. So it's more like they are in the battle.
Yeah, they really... No, they are neck deep in the battle.
Yes, because, come on, man.
Yeah.
Look, the people at AshGold, Champion and his son, look, yes, you bought the thing. But if your son is not a footballing person, if you won't get a time to run this thing on a daily basis, get a proper CEO,
football person,
proper football person who understands football, and get him to run. It is not. Yes, you own it, but I don't believe it's it should be tagged or seen as a family inheritance, whether you've got the idea to run it or not, because it's yours. Your son should go and run it.
Daniel, any thoughts on the Ghana Premier League?
Yeah, look, Coach has said it all. It was a must-win game for Hearts of Oak. In as much as there are teams in between themselves and Kotoko, we know that by virtue of the quality that both teams have, they are more or less in the running for the Ghana Premier League title. Hearts will always have their eye on Kotoko, whether Kotoko is at the top of the table or not, because we know that both teams will, at the end of the day, will occupy those top two spots in the league. So it was always very important for them to win, especially after failing to win. That was a New Year's Day at home in a game they should have won. Especially if you watch the games before then, it looked like they were slowly beginning to build momentum, and then they went back to that slow start that they had, drop points at home. So of course, going away to BBNE, and Coach has said it's a very difficult place to go to and get all 3 points. And the manner in which they got it, the fact that they got the goal, were able to grind things out, it just shows that championship mentality is still around and is still in their heads. And as Coach has said, from now to that, I think it's February 22 game against Kotoko, they need to get 3 points after 3 points. They cannot afford to slip up because it's such an important game. You want to be as close to them as possible leading into that game so that if you're able to get the 3 points, for all you know, Hearts could easily overtake Kotoko by the time.
Because at the moment, the gap between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak is 9 points.
Yes, of course. That is why that game is a must-win game.
Yes, and that is quite huge. That's what you're saying. So if they don't win as much...
How many games in hand do you think?
Yes, Hearts of Oak have played 10 matches. Kotoko have played 11.
So just one.
So there's just one game.
Yeah.
So it's a must-win game. If you don't win it, there's a 12-point gap or minimum of 10-point gap. I don't see how you can overtake
that. All right, interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's the lowdown on the Ghana Premier League. If you're still watching, be interested in your thoughts. But Kotoko's Cameroonian strikers, I mean, the 9% in the team must be very impressed with that because Mbella and Tuga, they're just scoring for fun. And you know, when they signed them, a lot of people didn't seem to think that it was a good idea. You know, and nobody had watched them really in Cameroon coming here. But they've come in, they've taken the league by storm, and it's almost easy. That's another hat-trick for another Cameroonian in the league. And it's almost like they're the only people scoring the hat-tricks. It's incredible what they're doing at Kumasi and Kotoko. So well done to anybody involved in bringing these international stars into the league. It's very important, and that really encourages competition. Hopefully Hearts of Oak will go on and try to do something better. We lift the game. The more you compete against each other, the better everyone is and the better the league becomes. But let's shift our attention to what's really the biggest news or the biggest football story on the African continent. That's the African Cup of Nations. After being pushed back a year, it finally got underway in the Olympic Stadium in Cameroon. The opening ceremony was quite impressive, colourful as usual, as you would expect from anything from the African continent. The game itself was a very, very interesting game of football. The first half wasn't the most pleasing to the eye. The second half was absolutely fabulous. There were threats for shocks, but in the end, Cameroon's dominance came to play, and they ran away 2-1 winners in the opening game of AFCON 2021. All right, so there you had it. A very dramatic game of football. In fact, started with Burkina Faso looking like they were about to shock the host, but then gave away 2 very silly penalties, and then Cameroon came back into the picture. Vincent Aboubakar denied a hat-trick, really. Scored a 3rd goal that was ruled out for offside incorrectly, in my opinion. The VAR line was quite suspicious. The other Group A game was between Ethiopia and Cape Verde. Cape Verde won that match. That just came to an end. There you can see it. 1-0. The match just ended, so the highlights aren't available just yet. But Ethiopia got a man sent off very early on in the game. And then Ethiopia, of course, with 10 men, nothing they could do. Cape Verde scored on the stroke of half-time, got their 1-0 victory. So Cameroon, of course, 3 points. Cape Verde, 3 points. The other 2 was 0 points. Chris, what a way to start the competition.
Yeah,
that was a very good advert for African football. Everything you expect from an African football.
You saw it.
It was the crappy, hard tackles, officiating decisions, controversy, everything.
Everything was there. Look, before the start of the game, there were certain things that were very conspicuous. If you know Cameroonian football, you juxtapose it against that of Burkina Faso, it was very clear that without a doubt that we will be guaranteed proper physical presence, we'll be guaranteed proper technique, we'll be guaranteed proper pace. And tactically, I looked on the team sheet of Burkina Faso, every player there is a foreign player. I looked at the team sheet of Cameroon, the same.
Yeah.
So when it comes to tactics, these guys are very well knowledgeable on exactly what their coaches demand or expect of them. So the Cameroonian came into the team in a system I've never seen them play before until they brought in this Portuguese manager, the 3-5-2 system. Normally they are accustomed to the 4-4-2 because they've got players who are very physical. So no matter how they line up, they are able to compete physically and usually don't.
I like it when you do this.
Exactly. You have to feel those tackles in your spine. The sensation has to be felt. So the question was simple. Could Burkina Faso match up to the physicality of the Cameroon? I had no doubt they could. Because if you know them, you know that they're also a very, very powerful, tough tackling team. Look, on the footballing side, it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Very typical of every opening game involving a host nation. You want to be a bit careful. You don't want to be carried away by the presence of your supporters. You want to assess what your opponents will actually bring on board. Then you start imposing yourself with the support of your people. But I was very, very skeptical about Onana because we all know what he's been through. In fact, I at least expected him to be named the #1 goalkeeper of Cameroon because of the fact that he hasn't played football for some time now. And
he did come back to play in the qualifiers.
But he's never been the same. And it did show in that goal that he conceded. I blame him for the goal 100% because if you're a goalkeeper and you decide, because there was no pressure on him when he decided to come out for that ball.
There it is.
There you go. Now look, and look, the manner in which they conceded, it was a recycling ball. It was a corner kick.
Like 3 times.
Recycled. Corner kick again, it hit the post. This was the 3rd time the ball was being recycled.
So, you come out here.
No pressure whatsoever. So the moment he decided...
But I thought he was under pressure though. It looked like the Burkina Faso player was blocking him.
He could have stayed in goal and his players would have
done the player right in front of him.
You see, when he decided...
That's under pressure.
No, when he decided to come for the ball, there was nobody in front of him. If only we could go back to that clip again.
Yes, we'll
if
go
you
back.
Go back, you see that when the cross was being put in the box, he was alone. Okay. There you go.
Here we go.
It got headed
off the line. That was a brilliant goal line clearance, by the way.
Exactly. This was the second time the ball was recycled. He miscalculated.
Did that go off the bar?
It hit the bar. Now watch it. No, it hit the bar. Now watch it. He was alone there, and he decided to come out. So once he took that decision, he should have at least changed the trajectory of the ball, which he didn't do. So I fault him for that. But look,
so I think if I get what you mean, he probably should have come out in front of the player.
Exactly. Once he decided to come under,
because he should see everybody in front of him.
Exactly.
And he knows that if I'm making a run, this guy would block me. If I go here, he wouldn't block me.
And normally they are told to just get a tip to change the trajectory of the ball. He didn't do that. But look,
it wasn't just that though, because there were so many other incidents where he looked a bit shaky.
But look, I admire his class. If it had been any other goalkeeper, after conceding that goal, you would have been in a mess. But he just warmed himself, and then he made a brilliant save with his foot. That could have made the game 2-2. And if Burkina Faso had equalized, I just didn't see how Cameroon was going to come back and win the game. But having said that, look, I was impressed with the strength, the power, the speed, the skill level of the two teams. And look, they really did showcase proper African football. These are, look, the best you can use to assess them before this game was to look at how Burkina Faso got booted out of the World Cup qualifiers. It took the best team on the continent, Algeria, to beat them in the on the final.
And I think the wrong verse to choose really is to say they were booted out.
They actually didn't lose that game. They drew the game 2-2, but they had to win at all costs.
In fact, put more perspective on it.
Yes.
Burkina Faso didn't lose a single game in that qualifying series. The same as the AFCON qualifying series. Exactly. So they didn't lose in the AFCON qualifier. They didn't lose in the World Cup qualifier.
Exactly. But of course, it took the best team on the continent to deny them qualification to the next stage. If you look at Cameroon themselves, they also had to qualify to the next stage on the last day when they needed to beat Cote d'Ivoire.
The World Cup qualifier.
So
beat them even the AFCON qualifiers, even though they didn't need to play the qualifiers to qualify, they played the qualifiers and they got 11 points from 6 matches.
Exactly. So it tells you of the standard of the two teams. And for me, look, if what we saw today from these two powerhouses is anything to go by, look, you need to work your socks out to win this AFCON.
See where you are going.
No.
We'll come back to you, don't worry. These are the fixtures for tomorrow for the African Cup of Nations. So there are 3 games tomorrow actually. So tomorrow, these are Group B fixtures: Senegal versus Zimbabwe, Guinea versus Malawi, and then there's one more game tomorrow, and that will be at 4 p.m. 2 more matches tomorrow, 4 p.m. There is Morocco against Ghana, and there's Comoros against Gabon. So these are the fixtures for Monday, And those fixtures will come from groups B and C. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, I'll take Daniel's thoughts on the opening game, and then we can look ahead to take quick comments on tomorrow's matches as well. Don't go anywhere. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. All right, welcome back. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. I've got some of your comments here. Emmanuel Pizarro says, I wonder why Ghanaians are crying for who leads the attack for Ghana while we have Dede Ayew, who for the past years have been very effective with his head and foot in the final third. Dita backs him to lead the attack tomorrow. That message, of course, is from Twitter. I'm reading some from Twitter. Strange Jeff says, please tell SuperSport to sack the guy doing the TV commentary for today's games. He's boring. And Willie says, Beckham Chelsea showing how they are good to face Kotoko in their next game. Interesting. And there's some artwork. Someone is asking who to get a particular photo shoot. Someone says, thank DK for me. He dashed me money when he came to chill at my workplace this Christmas. Hey, Daniel Granty, you get money. Sharing it to people. So we thank you for on his behalf.
It's pork scares.
Pork scares. There's dough. There's cash. Not audio money. Hi, friend. That Beckham Chelsea goal against Mediaman should be properly investigated. It resembles betting at its best. That's a message from Roland. This one is from Nick, who says, I have a feeling Ghana will win the AFCON because for the first time they're going to the tournament without external problems, especially captaincy and financial issues. Kwame Safuka says, AC Milan is the team. I pray and hope that this form is maintained to enable us to win the league. Greetings to FISCO Parliament. Prosper says, Happy New Year, guys. Please, coach, help me ask Fent what he's doing in Accra after he tweeted on 24th that Accra people should take their Accra. He is sure if we take our Accra, he will be here presenting a fantastic show.
Oh, but you see, the fact is, if you were going through what he was going through, you take your Accra. The sort of experiences that the man was going through, you take your Accra.
So you understand me, man?
I read more messages. Daniel, let's talk about that opening game. What lessons did you pick up from that about what potentially this year's AFCON could be like?
First of all, I just want to commend the mental maturity of the Cameroonians. We all know it's not easy to play a game at home, opening game in front of your home fans.
Ghana against Guinea.
Exactly. Thousands of people at the stadium expecting you to win. Yeah. And then they went down a goal. In fact, if you watch the first 20-25 minutes of the game, I'll use this phrase, Cameroon were noisy. They had the ball, but they were not really doing much with it. And the final pass was always lacking. Decision making was all over the place. And you could understand because of the terrain they were in, because of what exactly was going through on the match opening day in front of your home crowd. They looked a bit overawed by the occasion. But then when they went a goal down, and I expected that to continue, that's when they were able to calm themselves down, started picking up the passes, and they began to grow in confidence. And you could just tell that they were not going to go down a goal by the halftime. You just knew that goal was coming. And I'm glad it was my very good friend who got it. Some will say it's a penalty. You have to score when the penalty is given. And he's an expert when it comes. That technique is brilliant. Excellent penalty taking technique. And he got the goal. They came back in the second half. And I think that's where you see the quality of both teams and where the quality level of the game in Africa has reached.
Really, both teams raised their level in the second half.
Raised their level in the second half. Burkina Faso took the game to Cameroon, and it became almost end-to-end. You get it, I get it, you get it, I get it. And it was, honestly, it was quality piece of play. And I'm happy that the stars on the pitch, those we expected to shine, were shining. Of course, after Onana made that mistake, he went on to make a couple of brilliant saves. Zambo and Anguissa in the middle of the pitch for Cameroon was sensational. And I say sensational because, and I was mentioning to you as we were watching the game, he's somebody who is big, he's tough. But on the field, he looked like a dwarf because the Burkinabés were also equally big. Yeah. In fact, some of his teammates. So then, if you watch the first half, he was trying to do the physical, but it wasn't working. And in the second half, that's where his skill and his experience came in. He started mopping up danger even before he came. He started picking passes even before he was opting out of physical battles.
Intercepted danger before he became danger.
And that is smartness. That's where class comes to play. And when you look at the talent that this Cameroonian squad has, I think it was just magnified by the substitution late in the second half, where they had the luxury of bringing in Choupo-Moting from the bench. And if you look at the guy who was coming out on for, Kotoko Ekambi, who has, I think, 9 or 10 goals in the...
Toko is in good form.
Good form for Lyon. That's how good they are. That's the quality that they have. And they can call on that quality to come off the bench.
Good friend.
And they brought my
good friend.
Christian Bassogog, top guy, the youngest 25-year-old on the continent. Excellent footballer. So look, this
he just didn't do that.
You asked me my lessons, and I think look, it's as coach said, it's going to be difficult. Anybody who wants to go all the way really has to work their socks off. And I just feel, look, it is, and that's the thing about the AFCON. It's not necessarily about the names you have in your team. I feel what I saw today was a group of determined teams, 2 teams who understood their assignments, 2 teams who wanted to win it. And they gave up that performance. You cannot take your foot off the pedal for one moment, because once you do that, you'll be punished. Then when Burkina Faso look back on this game,
they'll be very disappointed.
They'll be very disappointed because the 2 goals they conceded were 2 very silly penalties.
Silly. Very avoidable. Very silly. Captain Bertrand Traoré taking over from his brother Alain Traoré and not making his country proud, because that first penalty he gave away was needless, very silly. The player was going away from goal. He didn't need to tackle him, and he still did concede a penalty. The second one, same. The ball had already been played. He's sliding. Very unnecessary penalty, and the rightly got punished for it. So Cameroon, of course, off to a winning start, deservedly. Cape Verde joined them with 3 points as well in their group, beating Ethiopia there. Like I indicated, on Monday, there are 4 games. 2 games in Group B and 2 games in Group C. Group C's games include Ghana against Morocco. That's at 4 p.m. And just a quick announcement, and it's important, here on Citi TV, every weekday, Monday to Friday at 12 p.m, we have an AFCON daily show. It's called AFCON Daily. We look back on the previous day's action and look ahead to the next day's action. The first episode is on Monday, that's tomorrow, and we have all these things, tactical board, look at what the tactics look like, all these video analysis. It really is your one-stop show for everything AFCON. If you miss any games, you will not be missing out anything if you catch that show, because we look back on the action, look ahead to the next day's action as well. So do catch us first episode tomorrow, Monday, 12 p.m. on Citi TV, AFCON Daily. That's the show, your one-stop show for everything AFCON. All right, time now for us to take you elsewhere, because there was quite a lot of action, especially in England.
I thought you said we're going to look into tomorrow's game a bit.
Tomorrow's game.
Watching, they want to hear
tomorrow's game, 12 p.m. We'll look ahead to it. You should come here.
No, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. You don't want to talk about the
what do you want to say about the game? Look, in 60 seconds.
That is not enough. Let's go.
Fine. 120 seconds. I doubled it for you. Double or nothing.
Look, do you know something?
Yes.
Look, to be honest with you, there are so many things that Milovan shouldn't think of doing tomorrow.
All right. Let's listen then.
Number 1.
Thank you.
He shouldn't play Daniel Amate at right back.
Okay. Noted. You don't need to explain.
Number 2.
Thank you.
Andre Dede Morgan Ayew should lead the attack.
Okay.
If he dare plays Andre as any of the wide men.
How about middle? Like we saw against...
No.
Oh.
I say he should lead the attack.
Okay. You don't want to occupy space.
Not at all.
Like...
because he doesn't have...
the pace.
The mass and the weight. And the movement power to do it. He doesn't. He doesn't have those things. You understand? At all. You see, we have to play to our strength tomorrow.
Okay. So are you done? No Amate at right back.
The day you should lead
Andre leads attack.
Isayaku Kamadi. 2 DMs, Pate in the number 10 row.
Really? So TDM, Baba and who? Edmond Ado, maybe?
No. Of course, you know the first name on the team sheet. Once Maxwell Kunedu is there, Wakaso is always the number one. No, but you know that for a fact.
But you know, Wakaso is having fitness issues. It's not 100% fit.
Look.
But he's been training with the team.
He shouldn't even be at the tournament.
Really?
That is the way we do our things here in Ghana.
So you think he's going to play Baba and Wakaso?
Yeah. I say he should play the two of them.
Okay.
He should play the two
of them.
And then
Pate at the 10.
And then Pate
at the 10.
At the 10. Maybe Isayaku being a young chap, we should put him on the bench.
No, I think Isayaku should start.
No.
He's the only one capable of shooting from long range in that team.
Okay, because we don't have proper goal scorers.
Exactly.
But the problem with the boy is that he's very selfish. He would not look to cross the ball. Because once Andre is leading the attack, what should they be doing?
We need more crosses.
They should put the ball in the...
You don't trust Andriado?
Oh, what?
To cross the ball. From the...
If Amati shouldn't play at right back.
Philemon Bafo.
Philemon is having trials in Portugal.
He's not in Cameroon.
He's just joined. I'm just saying that he's just joined, so he's not had enough time with the
agenda. No, but we are told he's the specialist at right back. He should play at right back so that he will give us those overlapping runs.
Friendly match, training match. We haven't seen him play before.
So why is he in the team? Why is he there? You see our problem?
Potential.
That is why we will not win the AFCON.
Oh, Nimble, don't say that.
No, you see, we don't want to face
if we don't win the AFCON, it will be because a better team knocked us out.
No.
It will be because we added Philemon Bafo.
It's because we did not take the right players to the tournament.
Who is missing? Who should have gone that is not there?
Bernard Mensah should have gone.
In place of who?
Oh, you want us to do that?
But it's important exercise. You can't just say somebody should have gone. Take whose place?
Oh, Charlie.
To take Andre Ayew's place?
Bernard Mensah
should have gone to take Andre Ayew's place or whose place?
We are crying of an injured player. We are hoping that he will meet us in the tournament.
Kudus Mohammed is they don't play the same position. It's a central midfielder. No,
come on, man.
Bernard is an attacking midfielder.
No, Bernard is a proper number 8, proper number 10, just like Kudus. We are crying over Kudus because we've not gone back to speak to Bernard Mensah.
The boy has retired.
He hasn't retired.
Oh, I did that story. I'm telling you, he has. Daniel, won't you tell me?
He has retired.
He has prematurely retired.
So he has retired.
Because of the fact that our handlers of our team are not truthful beings.
Okay.
The handlers of the Black Stars, they are not truthful.
But the fact remains that he's retired.
No, but
if you are retired, we can't call you.
Even me, I'll retire. if you treat me like that, I'll retire.
Quick.
One time. If you treat me like that, I'll retire one time.
All right, your points are well noted. But tomorrow, 12 p.m., we'll be back here to preview the game proper, take you through what the team sheet should look like, what tactics should be deployed, and what have you.
So who being good?
No, it's obvious that the keeper that we vilify so much and say is a 4th-tier goalkeeper is the best we have.
That's why we won't win the cup, is he?
No, but he's good, though.
No. Look, Senegal is coming with Mendy. Cameroon, Onana. Who are we going with?
Jojo.
4th tier.
No, don't say Jojo. You were mentioning names. I've also mentioned a name. Is it
Mendy,
Onana?
Chelsea. Yes. Mendy, Chelsea.
Onana,
Ajax Amsterdam.
Jojo Walakot.
Shundinta.
You can't be doing this.
What's the name of the thing?
It's swing day. What is so fun? Oh, God. Will you two behave over there?
Oh, good. No, you are wrong.
Sorry.
Let me show you FA Cup action. Chelsea beat Chesterfield 5-1. Liverpool beat Shrewsbury Town 4-1. And then Arsenal, they lost to Nottingham Forest by 1-0. So we show you that all of those matches back to back.
But
here's the 4th round draw for those that made it. This is who you'll be facing in the next round. I know at least Chelsea are playing against Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth Argyle. Look at that. Kidderminster Harriers against West Ham. United or Aston Villa would take on Middlesbrough. Spurs take on Brighton and Hove Albion. That's an all Premier League affair. Liverpool take on Cardiff. Stoke City up against Wigan. Nottingham Forest They beat Arsenal, of course, so they are playing against Leicester. Man City take on Fulham. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they're up against Norwich. More there, Palace, Hartlepool Town, and what have you. The pick of this particular one, of course, Chelsea against Plymouth Argyle, Everton against Brentford. So just take a look at them. Those are the 4th round fixtures for the FA Cup. All right, we'll take another short break here. When we come back, we'll take you around Europe, to Italy, to Spain, and to Germany. Plus, I've got lots of your messages on WhatsApp and on Twitter to share with the rest of our viewers. You're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. Watching Citi TV on, and this is Scorecard, of course. I almost say you're watching Citi TV on Scorecard. Let me read some of your messages on WhatsApp. Plenty of them have come in. Godfrey Endo from Cape Coast says, I'm watching Citi TV Sports live. Okay, thank you very much. Abdul Salam from Wa says, Ghana will draw the first game against Morocco, then win the last 2. When will Kudus come to camp? The coach was asked that question at the pre-match press conference earlier today. He said Kudus will come by next week. So hopefully by next week, before we play our last group game, he will join the camp. Only he knows. We don't know. He said it, so we believe him. Dennis from Adina says, Nathan. It says Nathan. I'm not Nathan. I'm Fencho. He says, I have a feeling Black Stars are going to shock the whole continent by reaching the final and probably win it, since they are considered underdogs, all right? Please ask your guests that if they were to be honest. Okay, so I can see what's happening. Some people forwarded messages from Friday to today's show, all right? It says, please ask your guests if they were to be honest, where do they think will be the farthest for the Black Stars to reach in the AFCON? Personally, I feel they can go to the quarters. Go Black Stars. Kobe from Teshi. All right, let's move it on now. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Trust me, I can't explain how it feels to have you guys back on our screens. At least Christ will take a Chris. Okay. He wrote Christ. He's not Christ. This man is not Christ. His name is Chris. I give him Christ. Christ is, this is Chris. There's Christ and there's Chris. This is Christopher. You know, he joined the
meaning of my name is somebody who follows Jesus.
Yes.
But I cannot be equated to Christ. No.
Thank you.
He should know better. The person maybe typo.
Thank you. He says, thank you. Trust me, I can't explain how it feels to have you guys back on our screens. At least Chris will take our mind off with the intro alone. January is a whole year on his own. Happy New Year to us all. Greetings to Kevin Opoku, Amening Kwarting, a.k.a. Minia, of you at Heart Foundation International. Thomas from Insawam, thanks for your message. This one says, so after chilling with the big girls in France, Fentu is back with no hair.
You went to Bam Bam.
You were there when... Huh?
No, she's not in France. She wasn't in France. Why you didn't tell them that you
went somewhere Nimli, can I read my messages?
You should have told the people that you went somewhere before going to France. I was
more concerned with the no hair comment. I'm going to get a haircut. You say I came with no hair.
You went today, you were doing this.
Simply, I'm the only one on the screen, so they can't see what you're doing.
The problem.
That's why I don't know showing
because I ordered. Why he's you taking it. Thank you very much. I'm reading messages, so it has to be a single shot. Oh God. You have to behave yourself.
Good. You are doing
what I'm saying. You should.
This one says, hi Fentu, I'm enjoying the African Cup of Nations. I hope we see all the spectacular goals and saves it goes and saves as it goes on. I love you and your super crew. Daniel, behave over there. I'm watching from Aguna Swedro and I'm Fred. Fred, thank you for your message. This one says, for like 2 weeks, every Sunday, I tune in. Then I see some Chinese movie. I miss you all so much. Charlie, we miss you. We miss you, pa. We miss you. I'm watching you from Enum Apapam with my baby girl Esther.
Oh, Charlie.
People are happy when they are watching this.
You see?
That is very good.
People are happy.
Like you were happy when you went to the other place.
What was he doing?
To do. Silly.
Oh, God. That was Knee Slaughter with that message. Knee Slaughter, thank you. This one says, let's have hope in the Black Stars fan too. Collins from Kumasi. This one says, welcome back. I miss you guys. He says, I miss you guys. Oh, by the grace of God, Ghana will win against Morocco. I'm Sania Luke Tubaka from Kulfu. Sania, thank you. Sania is my brother. This one says, I'm happy to see Coach again. You guys are the best. Greetings to you all. Jerry Tom inside Castland. Or is it Tommy inside Castland? Good evening. Coming tomorrow. Ghana will win by 2-0. Prop from Savelugu send that message. Emmanuel Pizarro says, I wonder why Ghanaians are crying for who leads the Black Stars team. I think you sent that message on Twitter as well, so I read it earlier. Junior Mani says, hi, please, Ghana will win their first match against Morocco. Greetings to Black Spider, Sparta, and all one side family. Interesting names you guys have. King from Akimoda says, hi, it has been a long time since we Happy New Year to you all. This one is Coach Dimil, I love you very much, especially when you and Daniel dance in one of the episodes. Happy New Year to you. Didi Hunter from Suhum with that message. This one says, hi, friend too. We saw the backside of Natalia. We are hoping the Black Stars will win tomorrow so we can appreciate her glowing, tantalizing face. Go Ghana, go Black Stars. Watch a doctor from Konongo. Please, take the back like that. Take the back like that. This one says, I trust country for sure. Ghana will win the AFCON from Israel at Ablekumama here. This one says, I thank my darling club Kotoko for their brilliant performance against AshGold at the Babaya Stadium. They should keep it up. Napoleon in Tumu, Sankofa base with that message. This one says, hi, Coach Nimli. Camille is my brother. A greeting for me. By the way, where did you know Camille? That's Napoleon.
Look at this man. It's time for me to meet you all the way from Tumu.
Yes.
One of these days.
No, it's not one of these days. On that day.
On that day.
Oh, thank you.
On that day. I will stop Tumu on that day.
On that day.
On that day.
Yes.
On that day.
Ishmael, I'm going to swear
on that day.
Are you let me read my fixtures?
I'm too excited.
It says, I'm watching the opening fixture today. Watching the opening fixture today, I'm a bit afraid for Ghana because of how wasteful our attackers are, especially Samuel Owusu. His effort has never been fruitful ever since his first call-up. The coach has to bench him, Ishmael. And I'm going to swear through that. Osman inside Tamale says, thank God the best sports show in Ghana is back on our screens tonight. I fear for our beloved country's progress beyond the group stages of the AFCON. Even though we all wish, even though we all would have wished for the most coveted African football trophy. Okay, good luck to the Black Stars. Thank you, Osman. Anan William, inside Ewutu Okwampa says, good evening to you guys for the great work you have been doing for Mother Ghana. I thank the Fabulous Boys for winning the game today. Good evening, Citi. I love this show. Keep it up. Ghana winning AFCON is something we can't predict, but we wish them all the best. This is from Wisdom Kofi Naneoto inside Jojikasu in the Volta region. Hi, Fentu. I'm Gideon from Adenta. The way the AFCON has started, our Black Stars need unity to lift the trophy. Thank you. Lugard in Kawia in the Ashanti region says, I enjoyed all the 2 AFCON matches today. Happy New Year to you, Coach Chris and Danny. Good show. Keep it up. Lofty from Accra says, welcome back to Umofia. Kotoko is focused, and I hope the team will continue like this. Tell Coach United would be sent to Umofia if they are not able to make it into the top 4. Let me read one more message and then we can take some more highlights. This one says, good evening, lovely people, and Happy New Year to you all. I've missed you guys, especially Coach Nimli, making us happy always. He always makes me happy, and I'm glad we're all United fans, giving us great analysis, and then the brilliant Danny K. Tell Coach I love him so much. I'm Sir Nifa from Cape Coast. All right, Sir Nifa, thank you very much. Keep your messages coming. I'll show you some more highlights, and when there's time left, I'll read the rest of the messages. This time around, let me take you to somewhere else in Spain. Real Madrid are runaway leaders of La Liga at the moment. They have a 5-point lead over the second place team. They took on Granada. There it is. They won comfortably by 5-1. Namely, talk me through this game. A brace for Karim Benzema and a brace for Vinicius Jr. Benzema has now scored more than 300 goals in Real Madrid shirts. Look, he is definitely, right now, without any doubt, a Real Madrid legend.
Of course, he is. He's a legend of the club. And for me, what has actually cemented that was when Cristiano Ronaldo left.
Philip Valencia, sorry, I mentioned Granada, sorry.
When Cristiano Ronaldo left, the people at Real themselves were not sure who was going to step up to the challenge. And since the exit of Ronaldo, this young man has never looked back, isn't he? He's been a completely different animal. He's taken absolute control of the team. And now he's the official captain of the team. And he's brought the best out of this young man.
Absolutely.
Vinicius Jr. has looked a very, very complete player under Carlo Ancelotti.
Do you remember some Champions League game they were playing and then Benzema was caught in the tunnel telling Phil and Mendy not to pass to Vinicius Jr. because he was playing against them. But naturally, you would love to play with him.
Exactly, but it took a very good manager to quickly get involved in the situation and then stop it from escalating, isn't it? And since then, the two gentlemen, look at the 10. Look at the 10. Man. Absolutely brilliant. I wish the likes of Samuel Tete and Boachi Yadom will be looking at this tomorrow. Look at that. But if you are that big, you can't turn like this. So.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So there it is. They won comfortably. Let's move to the Barcelona game.
Stop playing football.
Luka Modric.
So boy. I don't want him to stop. I cried when Iniesta and Xavi stopped playing football.
You don't want to cry again?
Maybe he will make me cry the next time.
Wow. Luka Modric making Christopher Nimley cry. Barcelona can't seem to find a win from anywhere. They took on Granada. That ended 1-1 as well. Namely, you keep telling us, you know what?
I watched this game actually, to be honest with you.
I was happy.
And without a doubt, they are playing some good football. The problem, there was a red card that actually disorganized the team. Don't forget, it's a very, very young team. Apart from Sergi Busquets, Piqué, and then the left fullback. Almost every other player in this team is a youngster. And if you look at the way they go about their football, they show no fear factor. They are enjoying themselves. That is why they will keep conceding goals like they did in the 89th minute. Because there are times where they need to bring... Xavi will have to sign players that will manage such critical moment for this team. Yeah. And the next transfer window, I'm not referring to this January one. The next summer.
The summer transfer window.
The players they bring on board will actually define this project. But as for the La Masia, they have shown that they've gotten a replacement for those who've left. Okay. The boy who won the best young player in the world, Pedri, the Gavi, they have a lot of youngsters who are very, very good. But look, I looked at the table after this game. They are not far off top 4. I think it's just 3 points in. And if that is the way it's going to go, then I think they may just get into the Champions League spot next season. And then that could completely change everything.
I was happy they didn't win this game because of their attitude when they were in the second half when they were leading 1-0. They were just a bit too slack. The way they were passing the ball around, it was very slow, no intensity. And it was happening as Granada were making attacking substitutions. So I expected Xavi to tell his guys to at least get a second because the openings were there. Dembele had the opportunity. I think
he was
when they
very
brought
wasteful.
Very, very wasteful. When they brought in Depay, there was a bit more pace up front. I would have thought that Barca would go on and get a second goal. They were just passing the ball around and they seemed very satisfied with the 1-0. And it was shocking me because we've seen them lose leads since Xavi came. They were 3-0 up against Celta Vigo. They lost that lead. I think they were leading, was it Osasuna 2-1 a couple of weeks ago. They drew that game by 2-2. So I expected Barca to go out and get a second goal. They were not doing that. And then the red card came. Yeah. And once the red card came, you just couldn't see a way they were going to win it because Granada had already made so many attacking changes. They were pushing and pushing and pushing. And I wasn't surprised they got the equalizer.
Oh, interesting. So that's the lowdown. Real Madrid now looking very comfortable on top of La Liga. Barcelona chasing and chasing and chasing. Atletico Madrid are falling off the pace. Mimili wants them to sack Diego Simeone.
Yeah, man.
Because he doesn't seem...
They've defended their title very poorly. What? With the quality they've got?
And they have the highest paid coach in the world.
Yeah.
Diego Simeone
he
is the highest paid coach in the world. It's unbelievable how much money he's paid. And Atletico Madrid.
He earns more than Pep, who is managing Man City.
Exactly.
So it should tell you something.
It should tell you something. Anyway, let's move it on and take you to Germany. And this is what I love. First up, Bayern Munich, somehow, they were shocked. They took on Borussia Mönchengladbach. Gladbach beat them at home. Incredible. I mean, this is not usual. This is not what you hear every time you talk about Real Madrid. You talk about Bayern Munich. It's like they're blowing everybody apart. And this was at the Allianz Arena.
They took the lead, actually, from
there you go. That's the opening goal.
And then, but maybe this season, Gladbach themselves just have the habit of showing no fear for Bayern Munich.
Beat them 5-0.
Don't forget India, was it the cup game?
The Pokal. Pokal.
They walloped Bayern Munich 5-0.
They did.
So you can clearly, this was
I think last season or so.
Yeah. This was a grudge game that Bayern really needed to go out there and teach these guys some lessons. Rather, Gladbach came all the way to the Allianz Arena and got the result that they got. And for me, credit must be given to them. They are not afraid of Bayern Munich. How I wish other teams in the German Bundesliga
will approach games
like this, like Gladbach did against Bayern Munich, so that we'll have a bit more competitive league. But like we said, Dortmund can take the lead of Bayern Munich, and if Bayern Munich were to meet them in that decider, Bayern will find a way to beat them. So
yeah,
it is good to see Bayern lose at the end of the day, but they will definitely run away with the league title.
They did, and it was left to Borussia Dortmund to take full advantage and close the gap to the top to 5 points, which they did, but they left it very, very late against Frankfurt, winning by 3-2. Wonderful. So they left it very, very late, but they got the win. You're the man wearing yellow. You take the dot.
Fantastic game of football, men-to-end stuff. This is what neutrals enjoy. Yeah. Our coach is saying the fact of the matter is that it's not going to do anything. Bayern are still going to win the league. And it's always because anytime
that is the sad part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
anytime
it happens and then they slip out one time, but
exactly.
then
Bayern will beat them and beat them good. And you know, Bayern slip-ups don't come too often. It will shock you that, in fact, it won't shock you. Let's not be surprised if we are back here next week and Dortmund have gone to throw away points somewhere.
So they're falling further back.
Look, that's just how it is. The gulf in class between Bayern and the rest of the teams is so wide. I'm starting not to blame Dortmund and the rest too much, because if you look at their record at the end of the season, it's like every other team in every season, in every other league. You win quite majority of your games, you drop points in a few. Bayern are just almost perfect, and it's very difficult to match up to that perfection almost every season. So that's just what it is.
Let me take you to the Serie A. Now, it's very interesting because earlier today, a very cracking game of football happened between AS Roma and Juventus Football Club. That match was supposed to be a clash of titans. In the end, it was quite titanic because Roma, despite taking the lead and then going 3-1 up at some point, and Juventus getting a man sent off, somehow they lost at the Stadio Olimpico. Jose Mourinho's AS Roma, after going 3-1 up against Juve, they lost by some 4-3 in that particular game. But AC Milan are the ones that are very happy at the top of Serie A, of course. They went to Venezia and they won comfortably by 3-0. All right, so AC Milan. Daniel, I'm not sure what's going on in the Serie A. It looks like AC Milan are mounting a proper challenge this season.
Yeah, but I'm not getting too carried away, because this is a similar thing that happened last season.
Yeah.
I think it reached about match week 23 move, and that's when they started dropping points. And I suspect something similar will happen. Ask me why, because they don't have squad depth. The quality is very shallow. a couple of injuries to some key players, and everything will come crashing down. And it happened somewhere around the beginning of the season. They dropped points, but the good thing for them was that at that time Inter had also not kicked off. It was Napoli who were leading the table, so it didn't really affect them like that in terms of the gap between Inter and themselves. But I still feel Inter are by far favourites. They have too much quality. They are a very well coached team, and they still have that championship aura around them. It's like they expect to win it, and they are playing the way champions play. So I'll be surprised if Milan are able to overtake Inter. But I think a second place finish for Milan will be very commendable because of what I said earlier. The squad depth is not up there with some of the top teams in the league. So I think if they are able to do that, or if they're able to push Inter for as long as possible, if they can reach the last 8 games still neck and neck with Inter, I think they've done a very good job.
Interesting. Let me take a few more messages here. This one says, I always stay with you when it comes to football on Sundays. You guys are doing a great job. That's Godwin Hove Akapo, watching live from Tegbi. This is a message from Tofik from Ketekrachi. He says, good evening, Fen. I'm measured with my expectations when it comes to the Black Stars, but I still entertain the thought that they can surprise everyone. We wish them good luck in all their games. This message is from the Gambia. It says, hi guys, I'm watching all the way from the Gambia, and I love your program so much. Thank you. It seems Coach Nimley doesn't have hope on Ghana winning the AFCON.
No, at all. Me, I don't support like this. So.
Felix from Accra Technical University says, Coach and Danny, Happy New Year. Keep it up, guys. You guys are the best analysts in Ghana now. He said analyzers. Not sure what that means.
You've corrected the person. Then you've gone back to, Charlie Padine.
I thought he would change.
I thought you, after all the good enjoyment you had, you should stop these things.
Oh. This Bismarck Arthur Norman from Bremen Esikuma says, please, coach, should hear me out. If a player is already on yellow card, he said, coach should help me out. If a player is already on a yellow card, scores a winner in the 90th minute, out of joy, removes his top, referee gives him the second yellow, meaning red card for him, but later VAR rules out the goal. Will the card also be reversed?
It should be reversed.
The answer is no. The card will not be reversed.
But it should be reversed.
It shouldn't be.
This is common sense. It should be reversed.
Let me explain it in common sense. If you score an offside goal, it's an offside goal, but you don't know it's offside, right? You've gone to celebrate, you've killed somebody, you've come back, the goal is ruled out.
You've done what?
You've gone to, your flea celebrations has gone to endanger somebody. You've injured somebody.
Oh, okay, then,
hold on, they've reversed the offside, but does that person not still remain hurt?
No, but they will not go and hurt anybody.
No, that's not that. No, I'm making it an analogy.
What you're saying. Yes. I understand from that point of view, but of course,
so
if that which,
for example, so the reason taking off the shirt is a yellow card is because people like to expose all kinds of provocative messages, all right? But if you write on the front of your shirt and then says F you, and you score.
No, of course, those things are not football.
So that, you see, but the offense is not the F you. The offense is taking off your shirt.
Yes,
so if you take off your shirt and we see that and the goal is ruled out, can we unsee what we saw? No. So that's why the yellow card will remain, even if the goal is disallowed. So that is clear. Even if the goal is disallowed, the yellow card will remain.
The bottom line is, the rule says, when you score, you don't take off your shirt. That's all.
Exactly. So this one says, my coach will kill me. I love you guys. Love you guys. That's from Frank from Tabora. This one says, good evening to you, Fenture, and your team. Happy New Year. Thanks for Phobia Boys for the 3 points. We wish the Black Stars the best of luck in this tournament. Martin Edu Osio from Kwehu Abetifi. Good evening, Fenture. I am Sagidi from Suhum. I adore you guys very well, nimbly and cranting. Ghana will win the AFCON, mark my words. The day will lift and bring the trophy home. Greetings to my lovely wife, Nancy Kwe Nyo. This one says, I like this show, most especially the humor that Coach Nimley creates. This is Ima and Esiofa Kumasi. This one says, Burkina Faso should have gotten a draw from the way they played today. However, Fabu de B Keke. And this one said, good evening. The Burkinabes just sold the game out. Avoidable penalties they could have won instead of Cameroon. All right, there are more messages, but I can't read all of them. But thank you very much for tuning in. As usual, that's our show. Do join us tomorrow, as I indicated, 12 p.m. on Citi TV. We'll look back on all of the AFCON matches that were played on the opening day and look ahead to the 4 games that will be played on Monday, including Ghana against Morocco. Coach Nimli, it's good to have you, as usual.
The blaster,
friends, our very good friend who predicted the Euros from day one.
Yes.
Can he predict?
Please send the Ghana win.
The Ghana prediction. What's his?
I beg you.
Yeah.
This one, because Roberto Mancini, he took the correct players to the tournament.
Yes.
So he could predict.
Yeah, I
feeling more bad form again.
But again, big congratulations once again to my cousin Kamel Nabon. He got hitched over the weekend. He's somewhere. Nimli, what's wrong with you? And then to, of course, Jeff and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Nabon from Burma Camp. I call them Rafranik now.
Look, it's been a while since they brought that in, so tell them I need more of that in.
All right, thank you very much. That's our show for tonight. Until next time, you take care of yourself and bye-bye.